welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering wet sanding to remove orange peel. So as you can see, from a distance this chair looks alright, but as you get closer it looks a little wavy. And as you can see over here, it looks like the skin of an orange peel. So as I get in closer, you can't really see my reflection. It looks a little bit wavy. So we want to remove that. So here's a car that has absolutely no orange peel. So you can see my reflection. There it is. And you can make out my shirt, what I'm wearing, fila. So this is a mirror finish with absolutely no orange peel. And there it is. So you can see anything in this car. You can see my reflection there. Really good. There is absolutely no waves. Now every car manufactured brand new has orange peel unless they remove it. Here's a brand new car, and as you hear, you could see my reflection, but I look a little wavy. If I get in a little closer, you could see my reflection is a little wavy. Every car has orange peel. You can see it more towards the side as it's a little wavy. So you have to remove orange peel. So we are going to get into wet sanding. Now wet sanding, obviously when you remove this orange peel, you are going to have scratches. So stay tuned for part 2 video on how to, what they call, remove scratching, which you cannot remove scratching. What you're doing is really just filling it in. So stay tuned on that, and I'm going to show you how to fill in some scratches, and you will still always will see some scratches. Let's take a look at the other car and I will show you. So as you can see, this car here, you can't really see the scratches. This has been wet sanded and buffed, and from a distance you can't really see. Even if you try to look down the sides, you can't really see it. But if the sun hits it at a certain spot, or if you put a light to it, you can see scratches. So let's see. Right here, there are some scratches. And you can't really see that on camera. And you can't really see it from just looking back. But if I was to take a light, I could see the scratches. They are very hard to see because the product I'm using takes them out pretty good. So these scratches, it's not really picking it up on camera, and the reason is because the product I'm using is actually pretty good. Let's see. It's really hard to see, but there are some scratches that will have to be taken out again, or actually just covered up. So you need to stay tuned for the part 2 video. So let's get to wet sanding. So depending on what kind of finish you're going for will determine what kind of grit you were using. If you're going for a show car finish, you'll probably start around 600 to 800 grit. I'm going to be starting 1,000. Alright, so we're going to start off with our 1,000 grit on a buffing pad here. Slap that baby on. Spray some on the pad. Spray some on the chair, on your surface, and start to wet sand. clean microfiber. Make sure you wipe it off. So it's coming out pretty good. So as you can see, there's a lot of orange peel. Let's see. That's where it is there. And as you can see, there's a spot right here. So we're going to continue to take that out. And you can see it's starting to get better. And then you can start to see it's starting to scratch up. So watch the part 2 video. We're going to show you how to remove that. Okay, so as you can see, there's some flat spots right here. When you see these little dots, that indicates still some high spots, which is orange peel. So you want it kind of like this, where it's flat. And you see I got more orange peel to take off. A lot more. So I'm getting close. Let me finish this up. Alright, so we're getting a little closer. And you see as it's starting to dry, there's less spots. I still have a couple spots. So let me continue to do this. Now, best way to practice on anything, how to get started, go to your local junkyard, as they want to call them, salvage yards, and pick up a fender. You can get a fender depending on the guy's mood. Ask for something. Doesn't have to be a perfect fender from any car, but I picked this one up. It's got some dents and dings in it, but there are some good spots. So you can see this is how, you know, a couple little rust spots, big deal, but this is a good piece to practice on. You can get these anywhere from free, because they're no good, they're about to throw them away anyways, or no more than $20. So this is what I did. As you can see, I did a couple spray outs just to kind of see what it's going to look like. Now this is a metal fender, so make sure you get a metal or aluminum. Don't get no plastic, because that is totally different steps to painting plastic. But go to your local junkyard and start practicing on a fender for free, or $20 at the most. Offer him $10, they'll take it. All right, so as you can see, this is starting to clear up. So now we're going to hit this with 2000 grit. Or actually, we're going to be hitting it with 1500 before the 2000. Same process. Spray the pad. And spray your material and go to town. Plug it in. 1500. We're gonna go to 2000. Okay, the finer the grit. So we got 2000 next. The finer the grit, you want to switch over to the paper and then kind of like use a pad. So spray your pad. Tear your material. And then just like so. Alright, so depending on what kind of finish, if you want to go for a mirror finish, here's a trick. Some people stop anywhere between 4,000 and 5,000. But you want to go, after your 2,000, you're going to go 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Some people stop at 5. I'm going to go all the way up to 7 and 10,000. Get that glass finish. Alright, so as you can see, it's all bare and flat. What you're seeing, these little specks, that's just a metal flake. There we go. That's just a metal flake. So after our 2,000, we're going to hit it with 3,000. So roughly around 2,000, you're not going to see any reflection. But after 2,000, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. So as you can see, it's kind of flat, but if you pour your water on it, now you can see your reflection. See, now you can see my camera. There you can. There's a reflection. So when you start to polish, you can kind of see this is what it's going to look like. 3,000. So it's starting to get a little smoother. And you'll notice it kind of like slippery. It kind of like skates. Just an easy slide. I'm starting to see my reflection more. You don't want to go in circular motions, more like an X pattern. So if I go X that way, I'll come back, exit this way. You don't want to have any swirl marks. You just want light scratches. So that's 3,000 right there. Next, 4,000. You don't have to watch me do 4. 5 is next. As you can see, it's starting to get clear. You can start to see my reflection. Alright, so hit it with 5, 7, and 10. We're done. Alright, that's all the way up to 10,000. It's looking pretty flat. So these white speckles you see, that's actually the flake starting to show through. So stay tuned for part 2. We're going to show you how to polish this thing where it's going to look like glass. You'll see reflection. So it's kind of hard to see a little bit, but let's see. There's scratches in here. So we're going to show you how to remove those, is what they say. Take them out, but theoretically you're just covering them up with the compound and polisher. So we'll set this up and we'll get started here. Thanks for watching.